got off the.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Kid Cloud the Wanderer, and on a Saturday afternoon, I have the lovely Miss Boudoir, Sandra Quadra.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak with me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I took a break. I am just resting from the elliptical right now. So,
the elliptical.
I'm in prep for November.
Oh, okay. What show?
The OCB Tampa State
Oh
Show.
yeah. Oh, that's
Yes,
cool.
yeah, November 8th in Tampa.
That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. Do they have like a live stream there?
This is my first time competing with them, so I am everything. This show is totally new to me, so I'm
Oh,
excited
okay.
though.
Oh, in Tampa, the Tampa show.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the
Okay.
Tampa show.
Yes. So you've been competing what, like 8 shows? Competed in 8 shows?
Um, the November show that's coming up, that will be my eighth show. So this is year
Oh,
3 for me.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Yep,
three.
yep. Yeah,
Okay.
this is year 3. I started in January of 2022. Yeah.
2022. Okay.
I lost a bet. And here I am 3 years later.
Oh, okay. But you did, but I don't know, like I thought you competed 8 shows, right?
I've completed 7 shows, but I
7 shows.
am.
Okay, this
Mhm.
one coming is 8 show. Okay, I'm trying to
Y- Yep.
process right now. All right, all right. But anyway, how did you get started into bodybuilding?
I lost a bet.
Oh, okay, okay. The bet, yeah. What was the bet
Yeah.
about?
The notorious bet that I am known for losing. Everyone just gets a chuckle out of it. So basically, how I got started into this, I was at a much heavier state than what I am now. One of my coworkers actually, she started doing it, and she had a lot of fun. So from there, she kept wanting me to compete and compete. And I said, no, I love food too much. There's no way I can do it. I don't have the discipline. And actually, there was an initial spark prior to this from my sister who was built similar to me, just a hair taller. And I saw her transformation and it was remarkable. So just fast forward back to where we just were, I finally got sick of her nagging me. And from there, I said, okay, because she was having some issues with criticizing her look. She was comparing herself to others, which is a big no. And when doing this, the biggest thing in doing this is comparing yourself from yesterday. Did you do better from yesterday, the day before, you're still showing up. That is what you're comparing. You're consistently comparing anything to yourself. You're never comparing yourself to others. Um, so I told her, well, here's the thing. Let's make this bet here. If you have fun at your next show, you're not criticizing yourself, and I hear good feedback that you did these things, I will compete with you the following year, but I'm not skipping Christmas, or Thanksgiving this year. I'm gonna enjoy my food. So lo and behold, and if I lost, I had to compete with her. If I won, I didn't have to do any of this. Sure enough, I lost. She had fun. She had a blast, and I'm like, well, crap. Now I can't just, not do this now. I have to stick to what I promised her because she had fun, and I'm not gonna ruin that for her. She wanted, I could be her gym partner and whatnot at the gym, and we made it happen. I started off at 100 and was it 60 or 65 pounds, and then I started January 1st of 2022. No, 2023, sorry, because that would make it, yeah. So I started January 1st, and I knew exactly what trainer I wanted. She had trained my sister before, and I love my sister's transformation. So I actually started training with Body by Sandra Nelson LLC in Duluth, Minnesota. And we had 5 months. So we started the first show I picked two shows for that year. I picked one in May, one in October. My first one was the Mr. Miss Natural Minnesota in May. So I started January and I had to, get to a competitive um, uh, confirmation by May. So uh, between Sandra Nelson and I, we were able to make it happen, which it was so cool seeing those transformations. And, I was still fresh on her client list and everything. And between her and I being very dedicated to what we do, we have a passion for what we do. Um, I basically lived in the gym. I'm in the gym in the morning and I'm here at night. I spend about 6 hours in the gym um, daily. We're going to say approximately, like sometimes it's a little less depending on my schedule, but that is basically how it happened. I competed alongside my coworker and good friend of mine, and we had an absolute blast. We went out and enjoyed cookies afterwards, but then again, right back into prep. But she moved away to another state. She actually moved south, and I stayed up here, but I wasn't going to finish because I love the transformations so much, and it was just such a addicting thing that I loved seeing all these transformations and seeing myself get stronger and get better. It transformed me both mentally and physically. And I loved my body before. I love it now. I'm gonna love it. How it's gonna look in the future, how it will look in the future, I don't know. But it's just like it's really cool to see the human body just work as a machine, and it's just so cool. So that's what's so great about it. And the community was just so great, and just hearing everyone's stories, it's just such a cool experience. And between both my coaches, I have my trainer and I also have my posing coach, Christopher Worth. It's just been a fantastic team, and it's just been so fun, and the learning experiences are just, it's been phenomenal. And to incorporate it with my modeling as well, it's just been, it goes hand in hand. So it's been super cool to see everything just grow, and just, it's been one of the best experiences of my life. And I do foresee myself doing this for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, kind of, you kind of glad you lost the bet.
It's the what, what, this is one bet I'm so glad I lost.
Yeah,
This is one I will never ever forget or anything. So I mean, I will do this for a long, long time. It's the people, the community is absolutely amazing. I honestly, seeing myself just transform from where I started is absolutely astonishing. I never had the muscle mass that I do now. And, I'm still building. We're doing it at a slow and healthy manner. I take the judges' critiques and I apply them each show. We try to improve every time. And you know what? I love to incorporate my modeling into it as well. So it's a really cool thing. I love gracing the stage. I have no fear of it. I have a theater background, so and again
so
with
you do it all.
modeling. Yes, yes. Yeah,
So how long you been modeling? Was you a model before bodybuilding? I take it.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay,
I started modeling back in 2016. So I've
okay.
been doing that. So I have the stage experience and I've done modeling. I started in boudoir, and then a few years ago, it just kind of expanded into multiple genres. People wanted me to do more different genres, and I opened that up to, being creative, because first and foremost, I was an artist. Before my fitness thing, I never incorporated fitness into anything because I didn't have the look for it. But now I do, with bodybuilding, it's really inspired a lot of people. The messages I get is so cool to see. Other people's transformations that they send me. It is just so cool. And it's, again, the whole modeling and bodybuilding go hand in hand. I've been able to incorporate both things, prepping for photo shoots now. I knew how to prep for photo shoots before, but now I can take my fitness and incorporate that into it. And when artists reach out to me to do a photo shoot, they want a certain look. I just touch base with my trainer and we get my body to where it needs to look. It's similar to getting me in prep for competition, but if a photographer wants me in this certain shape or I need to do a performance, we make it happen. We absolutely love doing what we do. And um, I had the confidence before with my modeling. I did a lot of lingerie. And now I do a plethora of genres. I do fashion, runway. I do parts. I do aerial. I do just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Like like is there one Pacific photographer you work with, or you work with various photographers?
I work with multiple photographers. There's no one set photographer. I am a very creative artist and I encourage, you know, whatever photographers want to capture, I want to be able to make that happen for them. I'm very well known for my posing here because I don't put rules onto posing when a lot of people think there are rules to posing. There is no rules to posing. Um, with that being said, um, I've been able to create with a plethora of photographers, many models I've worked with, um, set designers, studio owners. I've worked with multiple of them, and all of them that I've worked with have just been absolutely phenomenal to work with. I mean, in all different genres, they all come from. So that's what's really cool. And I always encourage them that as creative artists, that there is no dumb idea to create because it's a subjective genre. Creating art is subjective. It's going to be dependent on the viewer, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a very subjective, art in general is subjective. So
Right.
with that, I mean, I do my best on every shoot to bring my best and get that artist's vision and bring it to life.
Oh,
So,
so you do photography also?
I have been on both sides of the camera. I more
Okay.
so if I'm on the back side of the camera, I do more so nature and animals and landscapes. I don't do people.
Okay.
I leave that to other photographers.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You do animals. Like what kind of animals you've done? Like with dogs or
Yeah, I've done like your everyday pets. I love wildlife more than anything because they're all just in their natural state. And it's so cool to see them just be themselves. So
that's
that,
interesting.
yeah. If I can see a bird on the side of the road, I'll pull up my camera and take a picture of them. And I look for those angles or those images that someone wouldn't think would make a staple, but in reality it would because they're not opening their mind to the possibilities.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So so back to bodybuilding.
Hmm.
Like what? How was your first show? Training and all that.
Oh, it was hard. It was very hard. I lost about 40 pounds. Um, but it was again very strict. If I was going to invest in this, I'm going to put my all into
Yeah.
it. If I'm not going to put 100%, I'm going to put 200% into it, because it's just like you're investing. It's a sport you're investing yourself into. Um, it's all on your health and everything. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do my all. So I was at the gym morning and night. I was pushing myself very hard. I grew up on a farm, so when we put our mind to something, we're gonna do it.
Okay. That's
Um,
good.
s- yep. So I was at the gym 5 a.m. I was up at 4 every morning, and I still am actually. My routine starts at 4 a.m. every morning. At the gym by 5, and then I'm there until I have to go to my job, and then after I'm done with my job, I'm right back in the gym until
So
they
you live in the
close.
gym a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I'm not at the gym, I'm at work. If I'm not at work, I'm at the gym. If I'm at neither of those two places, I'm out traveling or modeling.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep. So,
that's a good discipline. Yeah, that's
yeah, it's
pretty good.
yeah, it's a very good routine that's, it's done me well, and it's, that's what I'm used to now, and it's just like it's a good routine for me because it gives my body time to rest during the day at work, because it's a more slow paced job. So that just in between, I can get my cardio done in the morning, and I can do my other cardio done at night. So it
Yeah.
spaces things out just a little bit. And I mean, I am a little active at work, but nothing that's going to put too much stress on my body. Just it's enough to, let my body rest and let it just kind of repair itself a bit.
Yeah. What division were you? What, like, what, your figure or your bikini?
Uh, I do bikinis. So
Oh, okay.
basically, my thing with doing this is I want to master the bikini.
Okay.
I make my little goals, and when I do this, for instance, in one of my pictures, I've wanted to win a sword for a while. I got it. I don't care how I placed, but I got my sword.
Yeah.
Um, going pro was on my goal. I didn't plan on it for like for at least 3 years down the road, and I got it my first year with a USBF. So now another goal of mine, was to pro in multiple federations. So now, me competing with the OCB, um, I'm competing as an amateur right now, but we're gonna shoot for that pro card. But you know what? When it happens, it happens, because everyone brings their A game. Everyone's in the same position. So it's, if I get it at the next show, heck yeah. But if I don't, that's fine. That we look forward to the next show. It doesn't make or break my day. But
Yeah.
I meet some amazing people while doing these shows, and it's just for doing this. I do this for fun. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for, I, I don't do this for an audience. I do this for me, and I do it for the fun of it. If it's not fun, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I
Um,
can understand.
yeah, and that's why I enjoy it so much, is because, I look at it from this perspective. I don't Winning is not my yes, I'm going to train and I'm going to compete like I want to win. But again, whether I win or lose, that's okay.
Mm.
I'm fine either way, because you know what? In the long run, I'm bettering myself each show. That is the biggest goal, and I'm improving each time. I'm taking those judges' critiques and I'm applying them, and I'm getting better each round. And eventually, maybe I'll get my pro card. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't put a timeline on it. Again, I do this for fun, and the people I meet are just they make it worth it.
No, I understand. I mean, it's not an easy sport. I mean, it's a discipline. Like you said, you got to get up
Hmm.
early, 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, sometimes I get up at 5 o'clock, but not the way how you just like constantly got to be diligent and
Hmm.
just you got to love what you do. If you don't love it, you're gonna really hate it like it's a job. So
hmm Yeah,
yeah,
and with my first show, my first show, my goal was to make it to the stage. I wanted to be able to present something that would be present, had the confirmation. I was suitable for the stage for my first show.
right.
So I had to lose all the body fat because again, I lost a lot of weight in between that 5 months there. But I went up, I wasn't afraid of the stage. I had fun. My coworker, she was in a different class than me. She was in one of my classes, but we had an absolute blast. It's in each show, I'm learning the process and I'm getting better and better. But it was really cool to learn about the prep, because I'd never done it before. How my body's responding to the food, and it was really cool. I checked into the hotel my first. I stayed at the host hotel my first show that I did. I got the tan. I actually brought in my own makeup artist to do my makeup, because I love to support my smaller businesses. Um, so my makeup artist, Clarissa in Burnsville, Minnesota, I traveled to her to have my makeup done because I wasn't going to compete until later in the afternoon because I was an amateur at that point. But anytime I do my like home shows here in Minnesota, I always bring in my own makeup artist to take care of me and get me ready for the show, just so I'm supporting their business. Smaller businesses, they definitely need that recognition. And she's been with me for multiple years doing my makeup. And I'm actually going to be bringing in my other makeup artist for future shows as well. But yeah, she got me ready for my very first show, and she got me ready for last year's home show as well. And so from there, I just kind of learned about the whole show day. I got to watch some of the pros go, which was so cool to see. And seeing the people, especially let's say like the 70-year olds up there on stage was so inspiring. If they can do it at that age, that I want to do that. I want to be that healthy. So it was really cool to see, and being able to look at food a different way as well. Um, that was a really neat thing. I didn't view it as always. I was always eating food, and now I have a healthier relationship with it. And I can take those sweet treats that I got to enjoy after the show, because I did. I took for fifth place in my very first show. Um, so that was a lot of fun. That one was just a learning experience. Went out and enjoyed some cookies afterwards with some ice cream and pasta as well. So it was so much fun. I went out with my coworker. We enjoyed some sweet treats as a reward. And then that was basically our first day. We watched the pros go and we practiced our posing. It was a lot of fun, and it was so addicting. Again, the people, the prep, it was so cool. The whole science that goes behind this, and the community, the effort it takes between, and teamwork with everyone involved. It's so cool to watch everything come together. So
Yeah,
that's what I love to appreciate, is all the hard work that everyone puts in. It's not a one person ordeal. It is a team effort between everyone. And
yeah.
go ahead.
No, no. So like when you like on your show, like what was your coworker like the main one that supported you? Like you didn't have no
Uh,
family or friends invite to go see you perform?
so my actual family doesn't really do a whole lot of traveling. So, I send them pictures. For one, my mother has to take care of the farm, so getting someone to take care of the farm so she can leave is a little tricky. And then plus
Um,
my family has their busy schedules as well. At the time I was married, um, I that family did come see me, plus my sister who actually inspired me. She put that initial spark in me. My sister Tracy, seeing her transform put that initial spark into me that if she could do it, I could do it. Her and her family showed up, which was just the support right there was absolutely amazing. And everyone kind of went home and did, or afterwards, and me and my coworker and my husband then at the time, uh we all went out for dinner and enjoyed, and my coworker's good friend, she came along and we just enjoyed some food and just kind of celebrated for the day, and we were all cheering everyone on, and it was really cool too because there were some competitors there that we got to meet previously before that show. They were there and it was nice to see some familiar faces. So that was really cool to see as well. And now everyone, I've met on these shows are really good friends of mine, and just seeing everyone support each other and root each other on. For instance, I just did actually just recently, a few weeks ago, transformation competitor from last year from my show in Wausau, Wisconsin for the Midwest Mayhem. She goes by Regular Fit Mom on Instagram. I just recently did a photo shoot with her, and it was so cool to reunite with her. She was a transformation competitor last year, and I invited her onto a photo shoot with me in November of last year, and I finally got to see her again a few weeks ago. One of my photographers put together a photo shoot and surprised invited her, and we got to see each other and see her transformation. She's still training, so it's really cool. And again, I met her at a bodybuilding competition, and we're really good friends now. So it's just like the relationships you build doing this. It's so cool, and everyone's so supportive of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's surrounding yourself with those people who are building you up instead of tearing you down. A lot of people don't understand what we as competitors go through. Um, and a lot of competitors do a lot of shows during the year versus I only stick to a few shows out of the year. I have a goal of possible of doing 4 next year, but we'll see what my trainer says.
Yeah,
But it's this has been my busiest year between modeling and bodybuilding. My schedule has been absolutely hectic, so it's been a whirlwind, but I've loved every second of it.
yeah. As a model, like what kind of places you traveled?
Oh, I travel worldwide.
Uh,
Yep,
oh,
yep. I
since
travel worldwide if I'm booked. But yeah, again, I work a full-time job too, so I have to plan accordingly, and I do a lot of this on my own. So, um, with like my schedule wise, I pick my shows at the beginning of the year that I'm going to do, and everything gets put around them. I close my photo shoots, like I do not do photo shoots unless they're pre-booked, at least a month before a competition, so that way I can focus on my competitions. So it's
yeah,
a busy schedule, but I love it, every second of it.
yeah. Like in the gym, do you have like a favorite workout or anything like that?
You know, I would say I do have a few that I really like, but they're ones, oh gosh, I'm starting to love lower body. I used to hate lower body. I love lower body now. Because I've had this strength in my lower body, but it's never shown. Now that
Yeah,
it's showing and we're applying those judges' critiques, I'm absolutely loving, these workouts. But I love them all. I love them all. Do I have an absolute favorite? Yes. I don't know the actual name of them, but I just call them like it's a side ab workout to where I take plates and I hold it above my head, and I'm you really utilizing the whole body and um engaging everything that when I do that, that bend. So
I
it
think I know
the
what you're talking about. Like, is it like with the handle or something? And
yeah,
I don't.
well actually I am holding like I hold about a 45 plate above my head, and then I will bend, but I'm also lifting that same leg that I'm bending towards up
Oh,
as well.
no, I'm not sure.
So I'm actually engaging a lot. I'm engaging the whole body. I
Okay.
th- I have videos of it on my Instagram of I call them side, like what do I call them, like side abs, because they really get they give you that hourglass figure, and I use it
Yeah.
more so utilize them when I get closer to competition to really tighten these up. So that's probably one of my favorite workouts because it engages everything in the body. You're using shoulders, you're using upper, lower, you're using your balance. You're engaging every single muscle when you do that. And it's, I try to go as heavy as possible. I don't know. My gyms only carry 45 plates, but I swear if they had heavier plates, I'd probably attempt those.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, working out it's not very easy. Yeah, like you have to be really disciplined and
Hmm.
stuff. So yeah,
Oh yes, yes. No, I love it though.
yeah. So like you said you used to work like in a farm. You used to be in a farm and stuff like that.
Yep, I actually grew up on a cattle farm
Oh, okay.
for, I want to say, I've lived on a farm for sure through my senior year in high school. And um I have no brothers, so me and my sisters, we did all the work.
Okay.
We were hauling logs, we were taking care of the cattle, we had horses, so I mean, we were not we were put to work. Me and
Yeah,
my
I
sisters.
probably it probably explains why you're so disciplined. You know,
Oh yes, yes. The animals need to be taken care of. You're up and you're taking care of them, and you know, actually used to do 4-H as well. So
4-H.
I
What's that?
so it's actually an organization for
Oh,
youth on learning life skills. Your basic, like for example, cooking, photography, sewing, gardening, just kind of your essential, okay, so your state fairs all over the US.
yeah.
They have 4-H members that bring exhibits from home that either they raised animals and trained them, or they created craft projects, or they did photography. It's a nice way to dip into life skills, cooking. So I actually used to bring our cattle to these shows, and I competed at state fairs. So, I'm training these 1,200-pound animals. I'm competing with these horses that, again, 1,200-pound animal, training them. So I've trained horses and cattle. I've dogs. I do obedience training. I mean, yeah, I have a few dog trainers that I work with. So, I mean, I've learned a lot through them, and I've learned a lot through my sisters. So I do a lot. I'm very well knowledgeable in a lot of things.
Yeah. You have pets?
I do. I have two cats.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting cats.
Um, well, I did have a dog, but she passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
And my horses have passed as well. So now I just have my two cats, and right now I'm in the process of moving to closer to the Twin Cities. So I really can't take any large animals with me, but I get
Yeah,
to
I
go visit
understand.
my mom at the farm, and I can go horseback riding whenever I want. So and go play with the cows or the calves when they're born.
All right. All right. Yeah. What kind of cats you have? Like
They're just domestic short hairs.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, just your basic cats. No special breed.
Oh, like for this show, like what 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 you what what is it that you're preparing for like Tampa? Like, if I could ask you that
Uh,
question.
so right now, I don't know what to expect from this show because again, totally new. For one, chasing that pro card. Whether I get it or not, it's okay. I don't care. I'm there to have fun. I'm excited to meet the new people. We're definitely taking the judges' critiques, me and my trainer from the last show, and we are applying them to my training. So, we had some great feedback, and I'm working double time on that. Whether my trainer wants me to do it or not, I'm really pushing. I really take those judges' feedback, and I'm not going to waste them. Those
Mm,
judges are there to give me, if I want to do better, I need to put that time in. If not, I'm going to put extra time in to, you know, really transform my body to what it needs to be at for the next show. And again, if I'm not quite there at the next show, that's okay because you know what? I have time to build for next year. Um, so really, it's just taking those judges' critiques from the last show and applying them to this one. And the biggest thing, again, having fun. I am there to have fun. I love watching everyone compete, and you probably hear me screaming on backstage for the competitors on stage, just rooting them on. Because again, they're doing the exact same thing. They're going through the exact same thing I'm going through, and it's so cool when you get to hear just that random person just rooting for you. A total stranger can make your day so amazing by just that rooting you on, complimenting you, it's just that random act of kindness that will make someone's day. So I'm really excited to see the competitors down there and meet some new faces. But yeah,
yeah,
no, I'm,
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
very excited.
yeah. Well, this is gonna be your first time being an OCB, with through the Tampa show.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this last show that I did in September, that was an OCB show as well for the Natural Viking here in Minnesota.
yeah,
That one I just did, that was OCB. And I did one in June that was with the USBF. But I really loved how the Natural Viking was. That show was ran really well, and the people I got to meet were really, really cool.
yeah. They seem like
And
they.
go
I
ahead.
was about. No, I was saying that they seem like they're friendly at the OCB. They're more family oriented and
Oh,
stuff.
very much, very much so. They were very precise on everything. Timing was great on that show. It was very fluid. I absolutely loved that show, and I'm excited to hopefully be a part of it next. It'll be in my selection for next year. So, but we'll see how timeline goes for next year. Again, crossing fingers, it's back on my schedule for next year because
Yeah,
my trainer's she limits me because if I could do this all year long, I would. But we got to let the body recover and heal.
yeah,
That's just how much I love doing this.
yeah.
Uh,
Did
Go
did you
ahead.
catch the OCB show, the Yorton show?
I did not get to because I've been training. Yeah, no, like I said, like I don't get to watch all the shows, but I do get to watch little clips from them because I do my research on all these shows. I kind of watch and see what I can
Yeah,
expect to happen. Because yeah, no, that's definitely me. Hopefully, I can make that show in the future. I've had a few shows reach out to me about competing, and I'd love to compete, and I can only select a few throughout the year because my trainer is only allowing me so many shows a year.
yeah. I be
She-
looking at the listings. I went to the Double Down February. Not too long ago, I went to the Big Apple. I went there last year. I attended there
Mhm.
last year also. Yeah, it was it's a small area. Like
Mhm.
it's yeah, like a small setting. That's what I'm trying to say. And but it wasn't as bad as last year because last year it was like a lot of people and it's a small place.
Yep.
So this time around this year it was on a Saturday where they didn't really had too many people. It wasn't, you know, I didn't have to move around or anything like that. Yeah, so it was cool. But I didn't stay there long. I just stood there till I looked at the women's physique and women's and figure, and yeah, I couldn't stay too long on in the show. So yeah, so
Yeah, no, my schedule this year was a little challenging. This year was definitely presented its challenges for me.
yeah,
So essentially, I was going to be competing in all three USBF shows this year, but unfortunately, two got canceled because I compete as a pro there. Um, I had the natural Viking on my schedule as a possibility because it's a home show. It's not too far out of my way. I could do it. My trainer was just like, "That's a fourth show. We got to give it a break." But it happened that my two fall shows that I was going to compete in, they canceled the shows, unfortunately. So what that did was I was essentially supposed to start or do my shows on September 27th of this year and October 18th of this year, and they got canceled. So I told my trainer, "What are we gonna do? We're in a little pickle here because I'm doing my three shows this year no matter what."
yeah,
So we had a couple options, and so one option was I lose a month of training and I compete on the 13th of September, and we have to be quick about our preparation um, because I had such short notice here. I had maybe a month to get everything together um, for the natural Viking. And, my my next show I chose for Tampa. That gives me an extra time there to prep for that. I don't get to enjoy Halloween this year, but I guess I can put my can put the candy in the freezer.
yeah. That's fine.
um yep, I can enjoy it afterwards. But no, I lost a month of training to compete in the natural Viking. But we made it happen, with the time we had allotted and we had to act quick and get right into like really, really up everything on my cardio, my workouts. We had to be quick on that, but we brought the best we could, and I'm really pleased with how we where we got.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yep.
good. That's
Yep, and now we prep for the final show of the year, and then hopefully, again, cross fingers, I can do four next year. We'll see, depending on the scheduling of everything and what my trainer will let me do.
so right. So would it be like a USBF show or OCB show, or did you ever thought about doing like NPC because they have a natural show?
I haven't considered NPC quite yet.
Yeah,
I would like to. I like to take small steps at a time.
yeah,
One federation. I've done the NANBF show. That was my very first show.
yeah,
Um, so I'm more so dipping into like the WNB, was it the WNANBF?
yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
and OCB. Those are the next two federations I want to tackle. And then I maybe NPC later down the road, unless something like really catches my eye that I really, but I really like the communities in these two federations I'm focusing on. I've seen nothing but great things come from them. So that's where, and just with feedback from other people, I really want to put my focus on these two federations.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you so you would want to just stay in bikini because I don't know, to me you look like you could do figure a little bit.
You know, both my trainer and my posing coach, they say I'm borderline.
Yeah.
Um, they say I'm borderlining my bikini and figure divisions. But ultimately, what my goal is I want to pro and master the bikini division before I step up into a figure or physique. I want to be able to master those poses. I want to hit them. I want to be able to go into a show. Yeah, I go into a show, I get my critiques, but I want to be able to go in there and just uh, I want to feel I mastered it. Once I get to that point, then I will step up into that next division. I have considered actually, I've been in discussions with my trainer about dipping into figure, but I'm gonna stick it into bikini for just a little bit more. Yes, I am building rather fast. But again, that's just my dedication in the gym. I am in the gym like 6 hours a day. Um, and my trainer is watching me very closely, and she is very precise on what I'm looking, how I'm looking, exactly what I'm eating. So that's what I'm so grateful for. Sandra Nelson has been an absolute blessing to have on. She's been with me since the very start, very beginning. She's very similar to me personality wise. There's no excuses. We're putting in our 100%. Um, and I probably overdo it on my training sometimes, which she reprimands me about, and my sleep schedule. So, but I do want to eventually move up to another category, but I want to master bikini before I get to the figure division. Once I feel like I've mastered the bikini with my posing, my transitions, because my transitions, my posing, they need a little tweaking, and it really comes down to how I'm feeling during the day, and hopefully, we'll get to that point where it's just like that's it right there. I feel like I've mastered the bikini division. So,
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
but
yeah. So what? So this was like this picture was this for a show or the
actually,
transformation?
no, no, no. That was actually from my June show. So that was a backstage. The USBF actually has an angel division. Um,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yeah, yeah.
yep. So there's actually a story with this one, which I actually had someone because I live in Minnesota. That show was in Florida. I have my own set of wings, but I did not want to have my wings shipped down because they are very delicate. They're almost 6 feet tall. They're ostrich feathers. So I had to, that show for the, what was it, the Florida Natural that I did. They had an angel division. So I've done the angel division multiple times before with the USBF, my typical bikini suit, like a Victoria's Secret model. Brought my wings, and this time I did not want to ship my wings, so I was looking to see if I could rent wings down there. Unfortunately, no one was going to rent me wings. Um, there was a company that would rent them, but they didn't have what I was looking for. So actually, with those wings, I found someone in Georgia who custom made those for me. um I told her this is what I and she and wings like that take months they take a long time to make to get them precise, and her name is Sarah Martin, or Wingworks by Sarah. She made those for me in 2 weeks, and she delivered them to me at the show. And the, those are backstage photos though from that show I did in June. And one of the best looks I put together. I was so happy that what she brought, again, this was a team effort. My posing coach put together my routine for that. Um, and unfortunately, I had to botch my routine for that division. So I kind of went in there little blindsided right before stage, unfortunately. Um, so with that, I mean, it was my best look that I brought, and that was a backstage shot with uh he what is it? Lewis. He's tagged in my on my pictures from that show. He did a lot of the backstage photos that were just impeccable. And yeah, no, it's basically with the Angel division, it's your same bikini division, just with wings.
Right.
Um, but unfortunately, I had to botch everything for that division, which I haven't really dipped into on that little situation from that show. But no, it was still so fun to, I had to improv on that division. Um, but no, that was a great show. That was a great composition I brought for that show. I That was in my best condition, my best look for the Angel division. I did a solid red look for that. But yeah, that was one of my favorite looks I've done, and I brought my best performance I could have brought for a show, and it just keeps getting better and better. And I was hoping, unfortunately, no other federations really do Angel division, so that's just more of a fun division to do. So
That's
I
your
get
favorite
to
show?
no, I'm not gonna say that was my favorite show, but Angel is always a fun division just for fun.
Yeah.
It's not required, it's more of an optional division, but it's just fun to bring your wings and just feel like a Victoria's Secret model for the day.
Yeah. Hold on for a second.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Just yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope you, yeah, like, yeah, there was I seen a picture of you and with another competitor. She's mentally challenged and
Yes,
stuff, and she competes.
Fiona.
Fiona, yeah, yeah. I
Fiona
interviewed
gave
her,
us.
and her father. Yeah, I interviewed her and her father, months back and stuff. Yeah, he kind of he well, basically he's her coach, really. Yeah,
Hmm.
basically he does poses. He helps her with the poses and stuff. And he was telling me he watched like these videos of the poses of trying to
Hmm.
understand the poses so he could show her and stuff. Like, how did you understood like yeah, well, you told me that you want to take time to master it, but like the first time, was it really hard for you doing these poses, or it wasn't that hard because you're a model?
I I want to say they're not hard. It's more so, so you have to think of it as like a dance when you do it. And for me, it comes off a little unnatural for me, because when I do my posing, I do it more quick and I do it in a very artistic way. So when a good example, so you have your typical bikini poses, which kind of puts you're put under requirements. How I work as a model is I'm more so free posing. So there's really no requirements. I do a lot of my own creations for photographers. But when I do competitive or bodybuilding, I'm put under requirements. I have to be in a certain pose. I have to and learning how to transition into, that certain pose, it 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 comes unnatural to me. So that's where I have to master it and make it natural, because I do a lot of free posing when I do my modeling. And I know what complements my body best when posing. Um, so that's what's the kind of learning to master that part. I know I can. It's more so my artistic mind that I need, and I'm learning about my body's building every day, and it's learning like you'll see all of us bodybuilders posing in the mirror, and it's just learning, what I think looks great may not come off great on stage for bodybuilding because I do a lot more free posing. Um, Especially in my transitions, may not be to the judges' standards or what they want. I'm very expressive in my posing. If you ever do go back and look at my Instagram, I know I posted a few photos from my angel division in Florida, and you could see how my posing is different from the other competitors. And that's because I use my entire body versus only part of it, which is what you really do in bikini competition or in this bodybuilding competition. You're put
Yes.
uh under set requirements. So that's the challenging part is I have to take my free mind and just kind of restrict it a little bit. So it makes
Yeah.
makes it
Yeah.
a little bit more
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know understand what you're saying, because
Yeah.
I'm not in that world like that with the posing and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, like if you put me on a photo shoot and whatnot, if I for my modeling, oh, it is the coolest thing to see me in action. And I absolutely love posing on the bodybuilding stage as well, because you'll see me do it all in confidence and whatnot. Like I know but it's just more so if like my shoulders off, that can alter my posing. It could feel right to me, but it looks different, off to another person. So it's just learning to master that posing because I know that's been some of my critiques is just, you just gotta master that posing and transitions, which it's a continuous thing, and I'm learning that each day, practicing it each day. So like I said, it'll eventually click.
okay, yeah,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll get my transit. I'll master my transitions and my
yeah,
posing.
yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's about it. I don't want to take you hostage, but I really appreciate you sharing. Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
mean, do you have like do you have like somebody that I don't know to say inspired, but that you have like a favorite bodybuilder that you admire and stuff?
you know, I'm gonna say, what's really admirable is Fiona is very inspiring. I'm gonna put her as a mention because of how much harder she has to work. How much more time, like she is, I've seen her, her and I are friends.
Yeah.
Me and the family are good friends, and we're always supporting each other. And she is a beast in the gym, which is so, so inspiring. And it's also seeing those people. It's not one specific person. It's really seeing the transformation people are what get me. Because at first, because hearing their stories and the things that they're going through is so cool. Like I've been doing this again, I'm on my third year. Everyone's story is so different, so I really can't put a favorite on anyone because they're all so inspiring. Everyone's got their own story of why they're doing this, how it changed their lives. It changed mine. um, and just I've impacted it's a domino effect. I've impacted people's lives. People have impacted my life. So it's just like, wow. So really, I can't say there's just one person. There's no favorite person because everyone is they're busting their butt in the gym. There's they're taking these strict diets, you know. They're working for that stage moment, and it's all inspiring. And that's why I love it. It's like we're all so dedicated to what we do. Um, so I can't really say there's like one
No,
favorite.
I mean that's good. I mean, no, that's good enough. I mean, there's people that they had medical issues, and
Hmm.
for some reason they started doing bodybuilding, and they took it to another level. You know, you
Absolutely.
know.
And like in the sacrifices they make, like it's shocking. People are absolutely shocked when they hear about my scheduling, and it's just like they don't know how I function, and but it's just like and they wonder how I do this, and it's the passion. It's the passion that I have for this that keeps me going and why I love it so much because my schedule, I'm continuously working all the time. If I'm
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
treadmill, or if I'm doing my cardio, I'm doing my inquiries for modeling, or I'm taking care of, I'm taking care of bills, or I'm taking care of work-related stuff, I'm reaching out to, getting prepped for these shows coming up. I'm talking to my trainer, even, when I'm constantly on the go, go, go. More so, my downtime is the gym, and that's that my time to myself, like the time to myself. Otherwise, it's a constant go for me in between my modeling, bodybuilding, and work. So I people are shocked when they hear like how my day is ran, and plus traveling to for jobs, and it's just or for my modeling or bodybuilding, but you know what, it's the passion behind it that is so inspiring, and that's why I appreciate everyone who does show up, because they all have their own sacrifices that they're going through. For one, I haven't seen my family since 4th of July. And before that, I hadn't seen them since Christmas, because they live far away and my schedule is so busy, that it's one of those sacrifices. But the fact is that they're there to support me all the time. Um, we're constantly in contact, and same with like my photographers, the models I worked with, they even reach out to me, and always checking in, see how things are doing. It's become a family. Everyone has come together as a family, and that's the coolest thing to see, how everyone is supporting each other. Um, and honestly, that's what's so that it drives that's what drives me, is the passion, just seeing everyone come together in this. you know I put in as much as I can, helping everyone I can, even with my busy schedule. I'll put some of my stuff down to help whoever needs help with whatever they're doing. And again, it's a teamwork effort between everyone, which is the coolest thing ever. And that's what I love
yeah,
about this whole bodybuilding thing, is it's just one giant unit, and you get to see this team just come together. And it's also the competitors, because without the competitors there's no show,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Without
yeah,
the competitors there's no show, without the judges, without the stage crew. I mean, it's a team effort, and just watching everything, I am so appreciative of all those little things that sometimes aren't recognized. I look at those things, that even the photographers that show up for these competitions, a lot of people don't think that, oh my gosh, this is a utilize these people. um they are documenting your progress in this journey, which I always take advantage of whenever I do these competitions. I always get, like, for example, the pictures. When I see the backstage people, I try to engage. I engage with them as much as I can to have fun and make their job more fun, because we're all there for the same reason.
yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah. That's what I put. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I don't want to take you hostage or anything,
Oh,
but
you're
I
good.
really,
You're good.
yeah. But I really thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, if yeah, I don't know, do you have any more questions at all? Like, are
Not really. I mean,
I
like,
kind of said it
well,
all.
I do got like a question. Like, if somebody went with to with if somebody would want to make a documentary on your life, like, what would what would you what would you want them to focus on?
I would, if there was a documentary done on me, I would love to see them focus on the transformation because honestly, that is where the drive and passion part of it comes from. Because it's just those little changes throughout all of this, whether it be mindset or physical. It's the smallest things that make the biggest difference and have changed my life so much. Um, did I have the correct mindset before I did this? Yeah, I had a very good, self-empowerment mindset, but it needed work. And ever since I lost that bet and I started doing this, it has changed my life so much. So it's just the biggest thing would be that transformation. Um, because we all start from somewhere. And you know, before I had that self-empowerment, was I in the best spot? I could take care of myself pretty well. I mean, I grew up on a farm. I have a good work ethic. But, I didn't have, the appreciation I have for everything. Sorry. I didn't have the appreciation that I do now for everyone and everything involved, how much I appreciate the gym owners that I get to go to the gym, or I get the gyms that I get to go to, the owners. The owners have always been phenomenal, the staff, just acknowledging them. It's just those subtle things that people take for granted. But when you acknowledge all these little things, everyday people, the stories you hear from the people at the gym. I mean, I have two gyms that I go to, and someone saw that I did bodybuilding and they wanted to do it. They wanted to try it out, and I said, you know what? Try it. Do one show, whether you like it or not, you'll know. If you don't like it,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it again, but at least you tried it.
Yeah. I noticed like the OCB, they say that, once you probably, I mean, they do it like these suggestions, the way how you say it, something, if you want to try, you got to be disciplined and yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
it's being open-minded and being aware of everything around you, which ever since I started bodybuilding, that has happened more and more and more. Like I appreciate everyone that I get to be in the presence of. Like I do not consider myself any higher, any lower than anyone else.
yeah.
Yep, you and I are both the same. So it's just like golden rule, you treat me just with respect, just like I treat you, it's a back and forth thing,
Right.
and I take into consideration everyone's uniqueness. Not everyone's the same, so you have to, this person does this person does that, and you just have to appreciate them for the things they enjoy in life and their mannerisms. So it's just, taking into consideration and appreciation for who they are. Everyone comes from different backgrounds, different stories. So that's what's so cool.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own story, and just hearing it is the coolest thing. And getting to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
brag about it, like, hey, I got to meet this really cool person. And I am so appreciative of, seriously, the people I got to meet down in Florida that June, when I went and competed in Florida in June. I have been I've bragged about them up here in Minnesota so much. Same when I travel to like New York and New Jersey, I'm always back and forth, always just bragging about even the people here when I travel to other places. I mean, it's just the people I get to be in the presence with are just astonishing. So I can't, I mean, yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool that you experience a lot of positive in bodybuilding, because a lot of people they really don't understand it. Like yeah, bodybuilding it's like it's not really mentioned like as a sport. Like maybe like
Hmm.
back in the day, it was on TV, and even then it wasn't like it wasn't so talked about, but it was there. But now it's not mentioned. Like you probably would have to catch it on the live stream, some shows
Hmm.
and stuff like that, whether it's natural or enhanced or whatever. And so
Hmm.
yeah, so
Well, even where I'm from, because I live in northern Minnesota. I'm actually just a few hours from the Canadian border.
mm,
Um, so there's not a lot of bodybuilders from up here.
yeah,
So when people do see me and then they find out that I do bodybuilding, they think it's the coolest thing, and I'll tell them, hey, my coach just right over here. I mean, my coach has done bodybuilding for the longest time. I actually got to, compete at the same show. My posing and routine coach got to compete in last year. So that was actually, I think there was what, two shows last year? Yeah, two shows that my posing and routine coach went to. Otherwise, prior to that, I was always on my own. I went to these shows on my own. And some of them I still do. I go there on my own. Uh, and my coaches don't come, but that's not going to deter me from competing in a show because you know what? I'm going to meet some really interesting people where I go as well. And I know I have their support and I have my coaches on the phone ready to go if I have any questions. So, I mean, uh, like I said, it's so cool to see everything to come together and um you know, like I said, being up here in northern Minnesota, I'm actually currently in the process of moving to southern part of Minnesota. So I can do more in the bodybuilding and do more in my modeling. Um, and just do more for all both of these communities because they go hand in hand. And like you said, bodybuilding in, isn't mentioned enough on the impact it has on a person's life. Um, not it's not educated enough and it should be. It should be more it should be mentioned to the public more on how impacted it can be on a person's life. Um, because it can change a person's life so much. And every person who hits that stage is a walking example of that.
do you have like rest days?
Uh, okay, I'm gonna let everyone in. I do get rest days. Do I take them? Probably yes and no. Just because, yep. Like for instance, like this tomorrow will be a rest. I'll still do like my cardio. I'll just kind of dial back on the training. But yeah, I do get rest days. Whether I take them or not, that is a very questionable thing. Usually I don't take rest days. Um, because my body is so used to being active all the time. And yes, but I do take some rest days, but I don't do it all the time.
Okay,
My tr-
okay,
my That's me being the overachiever, as my trainer says. I
okay.
train too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just you working the farm and then you do the modeling and all that type of stuff, and so it just kind of You know,
I've never been one to really ever since I did started doing this, I haven't been one to just sit down and rest. I'm always
right,
wanting I'm always wanting to be productive. Um doing something whether and I consider modeling photo shoots, those are my rest days. I'm not at the gym lifting weights or anything, but I'm doing a lot of exercise though, because the posings I do, they require a lot of strength.
mm,
So, and I always create something new for my creative photographers.
right,
I also do like posing with models as well. If I offer workshops as well for posings and just modeling in general. Um, but yeah, no, it's just again, I do they are on my workout plan, whether I take them or not. That's very questionable.
okay, all right, yeah. Probably just gotta be careful. That's all. You
Yep,
know,
yep, yep. And like this weekend, I would consider more so my rest days because I'm not pushing the weights. Like I'm doing my cardio twice a day here.
yeah.
I'm doing some weights, but not doing the full workout, sometimes. So it's just it kind of depends. But yes, I do
Oh,
take rest days, not all the time though, which I do get reprimanded for. That's just me being the overachiever and being stubborn.
uh, but I think if your body, you know, if your body will tell you, let you know when you need to take a rest.
Oh, and
You
it
know,
does.
so,
It does. It's just it likes to be active. That's
right,
the thing with my body is it likes to consistently be active, and that's me just understanding my body. Um,
yeah.
I
Sometimes too much. I was about to say sometimes. Well, I don't know if it's sometimes, but too much of everything, it's not good. So
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, that's been the challenge I've been working on for myself. So that's probably one of the challenges that I stumble upon doing this.
right,
Because and this is where modeling and bodybuilding can um have that negative impact because I have to prep for photo shoots and if I need to be at a certain look, we have different deadlines here. So like I said, after this next show, I will be giving my body just giving it a good break because it's been a very busy year. So this will be, and especially with the juggling of shows, I had to really push my body a little harder this last show that I did, which it did exhaust it a little bit, but we brought the best we could. Um, so I'm excited to see, what the last show in Tampa has in store. I'm very excited. I get to see a few familiar faces. I did get to see in Florida in June. So one of the well, actually two of the photographers from that show are going to be at the Tampa show. So I'm excited
okay, that's
to see
cool.
them again. Um, and then I know for sure one of the competitors that was at the Florida show in June is actually doing this show as well. Having a conversation with him, he's gonna do the Tampa show as well. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be really cool to reunite with some familiar faces.
yeah. I mean, I hope you do well.
Oh yeah, I hope I do well, and we'll see how I do. I'll have fun no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
That's
but
the whole
maybe like
goal.
after, yeah, like maybe like after maybe after your show, probably we could talk again and
Oh,
yeah, see,
absolutely. Yeah, you got my
yeah,
information. Yeah, I am definitely game for
yeah,
doing another one and definitely can go over how the year went and because it's been a roller coaster on juggling shows and prepping. So
yeah,
I'm very excited. But yes, I would absolutely love to do this again.
yeah. Well, I appreciate you. Well, let me know.
Yeah, yeah. Just let me know when you want to do another stream here, and I'm totally in.
All right. All right. So
And
I'm gonna.
and at that time, my schedule is going to be way, way taken down. My modeling is going to go down. I'm going to get a little break from it, and I'll be done with bodybuilding for the season.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe somewhere down like Christmas or something. Like no. Well, December. I'll
Yeah,
see you December. Yeah.
yeah.
All
I'm totally game. Yeah, just let me know when, and I'll be there.
right. All right. So I'm gonna let you go now. Okay.
All right. It was so great to meet you.
You
And thank
too
you so
as
much for
well.
inviting me to do this.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. All right.
Uh, you have
So
a great
um,
one.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.